Hello guys, this is Tokyo Kami, and this is not really an ordinary video or anything. I just thought because, I really do enjoy this series a lot that I only deem it fair that I give it a fair and proper uh, video game review. And so if you haven't seen by the title already, I'm going to be reviewing Initial D8 Infinity. And this came out a couple days ago. Maybe I think it was 2 days ago, I believe. But okay, so I'm gonna tell you my personal experience with it. I was a bit disappointed in it. However, before you start like saying "fuck," you don't know what you're talking about. You're an idiot. Blah blah blah. Go die or something, Tokyo Kami. No, let me tell you why. But I will tell you the solutions to these problems for anyone else who is also experiencing them. So the game starts you off, and it's just like any other Initial D, and you notice if you notice, the game automatically starts you with like arrow guidance, right? And at first it's very problematic because the game in essence turns into Midnight Maximum Tune. Like there's no and it almost takes out the skill involved in having a course that you do over and over again, because then if you play on another course that no one has wins on and they have the arrow assist on, then they are able to, oh look, I can just follow the arrows and I'll be fine, and it just takes away the skills involved. And if it bugs you like it did me, you go to factory, and I'll leave, I don't know, it should be obvious if you learn katakana. You go to factory, which is the second setting when you start up the game, and then you go forward where you see the cogs, or basically it says I think it's config in katakana, and then it'll have two buttons. I'm trying to explain this for people who don't know Japanese, but basically it says something, it says direction guide, right? And then you're going to click that off, and that's the second option that has the on or off settings, right? After you turn that off, it's all fine and dandy. Now, the second problem I had with this game was the license cards. Now, this is before, I knew that back in the States where I live, we're getting Initial D8 too on import, because that arcade is owned by a Japanese company. And I'm going to show you the Initial D7 AAX cards, right? There's a lot of customization involved. See, this is mine. I have initiald.net, and I had it, subscribed and everything. I was SS2. I had there's the courses that I get like the little emblems on for, doing the course, my online code, the card that I use currently, and then my name, as well as excuse me, sorry, it's inverted here, as well as my my profile picture, right? Now, let me show you. Okay, I'll give you examples of like how long how much the print goes, how far it goes. And I have one that has maxed, and then I have my personal card, and then I have this one. Okay? So this basically what this is I paid for this for the purpose of the review. It was basically a card so like I can get it real quick, and like next time I come I can put it into the machine if I say don't have a card. I don't know. I got a unprinted card or an unused card. See, these are what the cards look like. Oh, excuse me. These are what the cards look like. This isn't like, this is what bothered me. This game isn't Initial D 1, 2, or 3. I don't want to fucking see Takumi. I want to see my character, That's the problem I had with this game in the first place. Oops, excuse me. And yeah, but it doesn't matter anyway because you're not looking at the card half the time, but it is nice to have the customization involved like you did in Initial D7 AAX, right? So then here's my other license card with the name input that I put Hotaru-chan. And that's the max amount of characters you can use. So you can only use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 characters. I believe that was the standard in this one as well. And yeah, and then I'm going to hide my online code here. But here's my personal card. Yeah. They're all the same. I'm sure that if you played Initial D7 and you traded in the card, you get a different kind of card. But I could be wrong. It could all be just luck like an Initial D4. When you had to get lucky to not get the fat one or the anorexic one, and you got this guy, who eventually became the standard, and they reworked his art because he looked really scary. He looked like a serial killer. Am I right? Yeah, that was the problem I had with the game. Now I'm gonna tell you the pros that I had with this game. I did enjoy the flow of the game a lot. I went back today to give it another chance because I was upset with how it turned out. I turned off the of course I turned off the arrow guidance because I don't need that. No one needs that. And if it should be only used if you're a beginner in the game. It shouldn't be used at all if you're a late person, like if you're late in the game or if you're an initial D7 AAX, coming from initial D7 AAX. No one should fucking use that. It's broken. Now, okay, so now I'm gonna dive into more of like what I liked about the game. What I did like about the game is that you can have like the little cup thing, the little cup thing going, where like if you hit a wall, then it spills, or like when you're driving, it's always nice to see that little cup do the thing because I feel so fucking badass, like yeah, I didn't hit the thing and the water's like still in the cup, and that you can change speedometers. Now, for people back in the States that haven't experienced this yet, you can change your speedometer from the right side so that it displays your kilometers an hour and your engine revs per minute, all in front of you. So like while you're driving, you don't have to look to the right. You look to the left. You can look to the left for the mini map occasionally, but it's right there and you can see it, so you can keep your eyes on the road. And that was a very good upgrade that I've seen so far. I noticed some visual changes in terms of like lighting effects, in terms of like how the cars drifted. Nothing really new, but the way there is almost a fail mechanic if you have an E3 card. It's basically like if you fuck up on a turn, you can easily hit the brakes during the drift if you're a lower spec and readjust yourself and then take off. But as far as that goes, that is what I experienced with the game, and the turning starts you off on a default of 3 or 4, if I'm not mistaken, and it's very smooth. However, I didn't like it, so I upgraded to 8 before. I'm still working 8, testing it out, like exhausting it until I see what I need to change with it, and then I'll switch back to 10 like I was in initial D7 AAX or AA Cross, excuse me, and yeah, what I did like, another thing I did like about the game was the decoin, what do you call it? It's fucking called, it's called decoins, but like once you spec your car, you have 90 seconds or so to do all the upgrades you need. Like if you don't have if you don't have enough points to upgrade your car, it's almost as if you can speed upgrade your car. So what the decoins is, it's like, oh hey, I have a little bit of extra pocket change left. I can swipe my card if we're back in the States, or I can put in 100 yen and get 12 decoins. I can get 45 decoins, and I can get 72 or 75 decoins. And the way it works is that it's $1, $3, $5. And then the $5 will obviously get you a lot of points. The $1 will get you the most minimal amount of points. And I went from Spec 1 to Spec 3 in a matter of 2 games. No. Yeah, in a matter of 2 games with the free ticket that they give you every day. Now, what they do is if you put in 100 yen a day after you play, you will get a free play almost. And it'll be valid for that a week. So, one, it saves $1, but then in the end, it still costs you $1 because the game is really addicting. That game is addictive by nature. And with the whole decoin mechanic, it actually sucks a lot of money from you if you're impatient like me and you want to just get back into the game and get the full spec going on and, not have to deal with that awkward, clunky turning when you turn and you lose KMH, or like doing the downshift brake XL upshift trick, and it feels really awkward, slow, and clunky, and you just want to get back to full spec, basically. It's for people who really want to get back to full spec in a short amount of time without wasting too much time in the story mode, and who want to focus in the time attack, which is what I like to do. I like to focus on the time attack, not the story mode. Or the the Sengoku the internet world cross country / international battles, so you can rank up. As far as I know, you can't rank up in story mode or time attack. You have to do cross country or international battle. That's as far as I know. I could be wrong, but so all in all, despite the license disappointment and some of the clunky things that you can fix yourself in the settings, I like the game. I really do enjoy the game. It's pretty, it's fresh, it's a good expansion pack, so to say, to the initial D7 or initial D6 series, because after that it was pretty much just an expansion pack. So initial D6, initial D6 DLC, initial D8 Infinity. I did enjoy the game, and I'm sure my friends and folks back home will enjoy the game as much as I do, because we have a community. Which I will, if you're from SoCal like me, if you're from Southern California, I have about a year, maybe 2 years left in the States. I'll be there. We can all hang out and have jalapeno poppers at Round 1 Arcade in Moreno Valley or something like that. But yeah, totally. So I recommend the game. It'll start off slow like it did in Initial D7, but you will, because of the decoin feature. If you just save up your money for when the game comes out, and then you just, I got all these D-coins, now I can get back in the game, then it becomes a good thing. And, what am I talking about? It becomes a good thing. Then it becomes Initial D7 again. Just with, as far as I know, there's 3 new cars, and then I saw someone playing on a new course today. Yeah, but all in all, the game is really good. I highly recommend it. I know I talked shit about it on the Japan Fan Talk show earlier today, but I mean, I knocked it after trying it once, and I gave it another chance, and I really liked it because you can change the arrow assistant guide off, and then it becomes a really fun game. And you get all these. The way it's structured is so different, but at the same time it's not. So, another good feature is that you can actually tune up your car before you start battling, as opposed to finishing a battle, waiting for the tune-up screen to pop up if you had the amount of points, which is really cool. The only thing I dislike about the game is the license card. And the arrow guidance or the arrow assistance, but I easily turned that off, and but if you do story mode, you'll get perks and stuff, and you'll get like the middle speedometer / tachometer, and that's really useful. And then you can get the cup of water on the side next to the mini map to see if you're off your game or if you're doing really fucking good, which I like. The noise for it is kind of irritating, though. It's like every time you fuck up. But all in all, it's a great game, and I hope you guys enjoy it too when it comes to the States. So yeah, this has been Tokyo Kami, so I will see you all later.